Okay, this video is artificial intelligence good for medicine? And my opinion is artificial intelligence in general is kind of like a big joke. Patients are always like real impressed by high tech. What good is it for health? Okay? You know, I said a million times that the healthiest persons be like Adam and Eve with indoor heating and plumbing. Simple. Okay, so what's also I see happening in medicine, there's this idea that if we just try to be more scientific, that'll make things better. I can tell you, I think that's all a bunch of nonsense. This idea of so-called checkbox medicine. There was some famous author guy wrote a book about checklist medicine. And, you know, it's not a big mystery. Most people, they all have the same diseases. They're all fat, hypertensive, diabetic with coronary artery disease, impotence, gastroesophageal reflux disease, obstructive sleep apnea, peripheral vascular disease, cataracts, poor dentition. All of these things, they all go together. Abdominal pressure syndrome. You see these same diseases all day long, every day, and the patients never get better, okay? Because they're dietary diseases, they're toxicology diseases, and they never change their diet or toxins. In general, that is the case. I'd say in like about 99% of them, okay? You can't cure a dietary disease with a pill. You can't cure a toxicology disease with a pill. You have to change the diet, avoid the toxins. So what I'm getting at is, this artificial intelligence, who do you think is going to write the software? It's going to be written by big drug companies, okay? Or it's going to be written by a so-called panel of experts. Well, who are experts? The definition of an expert in modern medicine is somebody from a big university paid by a drug company or a device company. They're never going to invite nutrition experts to talk about treatment of obesity, hypertension, and diabetes. There is no money in that, okay? Patients don't have any money. There is no incentive to help patients other than to get money from them, okay? So what I'm trying to say is, yes, in a perfect world, we try to cure the patient, but in reality, you don't get paid for curing patients. If a patient comes in with hypertension, you tell them to do a vegan diet, they're cured, okay? They don't need any pills. You don't make any money off them. So what I'm trying to say is, the drug companies, their loyalties, they have to, support their stockholders, okay? The stockholders want money. The way they make money is if the patient takes that pill every day the rest of their life, all right? So that's where the pressure is going to be. Plus, most patients will refuse to change their diet. It's a very small percentage of patients that are willing to change their diet on a routine basis. I would predict it's maybe 3%, 2%. And the doctors don't get paid for that. So what I'm trying to say is the whole AI hype sounds like a big joke to me. They're just going to have you fill out some check boxes, and then they're going to recommend drugs. And, once in a while, it'll be surgery. So duck, duck, goose, it'll be drugs, drugs, surgery, okay? Surgery for a little variety. What I usually see is the patients progressively get sicker, and then they start getting chopped up. The diabetic gets sicker and sicker, then they amputate their feet, then they do surgery for their eye problems. Then they get stents for their coronaries. Then they get open heart surgery, penile implants. The same stuff all day long, every day. Every hospital in the Western world, that's standard medicine. So let's see. The AI machine's never going to sit down there and have a nice conversation with you about the benefit of low-fat, low-sodium vegan, how you get started by focusing on picking a starch you like, why you should avoid SOFAs, salt, oil, flour, F minus, artificial sweeteners, sugar. It's just not going to happen. Is it going to talk to you about social relationships, sense of purpose, religion? Any mention of things like exercise, sunshine, biophilia will just be an afterthought. So what I'm trying to say is anything that makes big money for a company gets a lot of hype. Artificial intelligence in medicine or genetic medicine. Hardly any diseases are genetic. Yeah, people have genetic vulnerabilities like, maybe they're a little more prone to hyperlipidemia, but they'll still do great. Most of them, the vast, vast, vast majority of them, if they follow something like an Esselstyn diet. So what I'm trying to say here in this video is don't be deluded by all the hype. It's the same old stuff, and I don't think AI is going to help the patients.